Hi YouTube, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery. You can visit me on the web, caltoncutlery.com. Okay, so if we do this in order, this is the third video I've shot today. And it's all on blade holding so that you can work on the handles. Alright, I went over the 2x2 method, the 2x2 with a C-clamp. So you stick a blade in here, preferably after you wrapped it with paper to kind of protect your finish. Stick it in here, grab the C-clamp, clamp it up. It's got the little hook on the end so that you can hang it up out of the way and get it all protected, so that's protected and while your oil finish dries, right? Then I went over my actual working on the handle fixture, vise, whatever you want to call it, where you actually, this holds things really, really solid, and in conjunction with, in partnership with my my Wilton vise with the rotating head, you can move this thing all over the place. So if you want to work on just the butt, you want to work on the guard while it's straight up, anything, it works amazing, right? And it's also got the hole in the end that you can hang it up on the hangy doohickey thing. The two simplest blade holding fixtures for letting oil finishes dry on your handles, or just getting knives out of the way, keeping them in a nice safe place so that nothing happens to them while you're working on something else, is books and old catalogs. Yeah. So here we have got a knife holding fixture. This is The Picture of Dorian Gray and Other Works by Oscar Wilde. I don't think I ever read the book. I'm not sure where I got it, but here it is. So anyhow, so you take a book, the wider or the thicker the better, right? And then just tape, run around the outside and tape it so that it doesn't fall open. And now you can put handles in there, or knife blades in there, right? And it holds it, holds them up nice and secure. If you're doing oil finishes on stuff and you don't want to make hanging fixtures, take your blade out. Since this doesn't have a paper sheath on it, and a paper sheath wouldn't slip down in here very easy, take yourself a piece of scrap leather. This is the one that I use for when I just want to clamp a blade straight up in a bench vise. Take that piece of scrap leather, put the blade in between it, clamp the whole thing in your vise or whatever holding fixture you have, do your oil finish, then pull it out, stick it in there, wipe the fingerprints off of it so that they don't dry on there, and away you go. Quick and easy, it's holding. If you have to buy an old book like that, you can probably run to, I don't know, Goodwill or the thrift stores or something like that and find books like that. Now the other one, I'm not too sure that they're still around, and that is old Cabela's catalogs. Okay, if you have the Cabela's credit card, they used to send you these Cabela's catalogs like every, I don't know, at least 4 times a year. And that's these right here. And I think one of them might be just another book. But anyhow, these work perfect. So this pan right here, this is for when I'm doing mineral oil finishes. Actually, here, let's get some more light. Mineral oil finishes on kitchen knives. And don't mind the millers in the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll dunk that's a pill bottle full of mineral oil. So you take the handle and you'll dunk it into that bottle of oil, pull it out, and then dunk it in here, pull it out, stick it in between the pages, and that way the excess oil drips off the handle and goes into this cake pan, like a 9x9 cake pan, something like that. And that just keeps it from getting all over the place. And then I'll let it soak up as much oil as it wants for, oh, I don't know, till I remember, you know, hour, couple hours, the next day, whatever, and then wipe off the excess, and then stick it, you know, pull it out, wipe off the excess, stick it back in there, and then I usually like to let them sit there for a day or so, you know, just so that that extra oil, because you'll never wipe all of it off, but that extra oil can finish seeping down into the wood or evaporating, whichever way it chooses to go, and then wipe it down, and then it's done. But these right here are perfect for holding, you know, extra, you know, just holding your knives. So if you got, and with this, it doesn't matter how wide they are. So this is a 9-inch, I guess Santoku type pattern. And see, it does, I mean, it really, I mean, you can put cleavers in there, you can put anything you want to in there. And then when they start getting too ratty, why then, you know, throw them away and grab another one. But they work just perfect. And on this one right here, that one got pinched. This type of holding fixture, you don't really need to protect the blade from the holding fixture, because as long as you only put clean blades up in here, then the, you know, in between the pages will stay clean, and you know, you won't have to worry about scratching your finishes. If all of a sudden you start putting a knife into one of them and it comes out and it's scratched and you can't explain where that scratch came from, you know, if it came from some other process, well then just throw that catalog away and grab another one. Sometimes it'll help if you put extra weight on top of them, you know, if you've got a real heavy handle or a long blade with a heavy handle on it or something like that, you can put an extra weight on top of it, and that'll you know, keep it from tipping over like this. But anyway, so that's those two are probably the easiest, fastest, and cheapest you know, blade holding fixtures. Not so much for working on knife handles, but for letting them dry or just sticking them out of the way. You know, I mean, sometimes I'll be out here working on knives and I'll have, well, you know, so this is today's work. I got a hand sand, well, I got to finish putting pins in these handles right here, pin the pins, and then grind the heads of the pins off, and then finish hand sanding the blades, and then those are pretty much ready for final sharpening and you know, pictures and specifications and everything. And these right here, these need the handles fit up. That's some really nice box elder burl that I harvested and stabilized. That's going to go on these, and then mesquite and nice chunk of Bolivian rosewood on some of these knives. But if all of a sudden, you know, my boy comes in on with his Volkswagen and says, "Hey Dad, you know, the car's not acting right. I think we need to rebuild the carburetor, and I need this particular bench to do that on." Why then, you know, these blades have got to go somewhere, and a nice safe spot, you know, for these that have already been, you know, dirty hand sanded, is just stick those up in there. You know, pile all the handle blocks somewhere else, take a, you know, and then go ahead and use the bench. And then that way I know that these knives right here, you know, are protected, and I don't have to worry about jacking up my finishes. And honestly, they're books. They don't cost anything. So again, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery, and visit me on the web, caltoncutlery.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you can use the tip on your knife making or knife storing, or you know, I guess whatever that is. So again, hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.